नीड ही नहीं है, फोन ही है तो नीड नहीं है। काम इलाज और वाला खाली खड़ा एक वीडियो को मिला नहीं पाता है। आप गलत इंसान से शिकायत कर रहे हो, उन्हें भी पता क्या होता है। डाल दीजिए आप।
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming and making your presence here. We'll be starting the event shortly. We highly apologize for your inconvenience.
कितने परेशान कर रखा है यार मुझे।
कैसे लोग हैं पता नहीं।
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and the thousands joining us digitally this morning, we are gathered here for the moment we have all been waiting for. We have seen the return of the icon. We have felt its presence, but today, the journey becomes a reality. Please note photography and filming for this prize announcement are strictly advisable. Keep your phones ready to capture the moment the number hits the screen. Let's begin the show with a glimpse of the iconic reveal.
Dear all, good morning and thank you so much for being with us here today. It is a real pleasure to see so many familiar faces. A few months ago, I told you that Renault had big plans for India, and I told you that we will be seeing each other very often. And now, it's almost like you are part of the Renault family. Last time we met was on January 26th, and what a moment we lived. It was obviously an iconic day for India, and from now on, a day that all of us in the Renault family will remember for many, many years to come. That's the day when we all met, more than 15,000 people together to start a whole new chapter for Renault in India. And it was the day when we met to celebrate the return of an icon, the all-new Renault Duster. And we have been overwhelmed by the reactions from you in this room and from the thousands of future customers who followed your coverage, commented on your videos and articles, and shared their expectations. Once again, please let me thank you for having joined us at such a special moment for us. Let me now begin this presentation with a quick reminder of what is getting the Duster so much love. Simple fact that Duster is really a driver's car. What makes it truly iconic is a combination of attributes that you see and the ones that you don't see, but you can feel. What you see first is obviously the exterior, which is entirely new, and yet it remains 100% Duster. Its true SUV proportions, with high approach and departure angles, best in segment ground clearance, and an iconic, rugged, and muscular road presence have been hugely appreciated. What you also see is that the Duster comes loaded with the segment's best features, including the panoramic sunroof, ventilated seats, large infotainment displays and DRS, as well as with Google built-in, a first in the segment. It is a SUV that obviously misses out on nothing, but consciously prioritizes something that the segment has missed for a long time. And at this point, if you allow me, I would like to share with you some personal thoughts before we move forward. It has been a little bit over a year that I've been in India, and trust me, I've loved every single bit of it. I love this beautiful country. It doesn't matter how far we are from Spain, my hometown, I really feel at home. But I have to admit that when it comes to the automotive choices, there are some new learnings and surprises for me, even after more than 20 years in the automotive business. In India, the conversation about cars is dominated by features. Take the sunroof or the others, for example. They are considered must-have, even though most of the people almost never use them. Now, I respect that, and that's why I will always work to give to our customers what they ask for. which is why the new Duster comes with a panoramic sunroof, one of the biggest in the segment, and with others, specifically tuned for India. But now that we have covered the must-haves, I would love to shift the conversation to something that we use every single day, the engine. A conversation about driving and the sheer joy of it. A good engine, a well-engineered car, entirely transforms the driving experience. Things like responsive acceleration, great suspension, noise insulation, and confident braking are less shiny, but they matter. And they differentiate a great drive from an average one. In the highways, in the mountains, but also in the city, even in the traffic jams. Yet, in this mid-SUV segment, which should be all about capability and driving joy, 80 or 90% of the sales are engines with power ranging from 100 to 150 PS and very low torque. This is where the new Duster wants to change the game. And this is reflected in the powertrain choices that we have made. An accessible Turbo 100, a state-of-the-art Turbo 160 delivering the best performance in the segment, and the best hybrid technology in the market, with a 1.8-liter strong hybrid E-Tech engine, allowing for more than 80% of electric drive in the city. What we want is to put our high-performance engines on the roads and not only in the brochures. And later in this presentation, you will see how we are planning to do so. But the powertrain choices is not the only disruption that we are bringing to the market. For the first time in the industry, we are introducing 7-year warranty on new Duster under our Renault Forever program. Renault Forever is our commitment to our customers to stay with them for the long term, not just at the moment of the purchase. And as any long-term relationship, it has to be built on trust. The trust that we have on our products and the trust that we have on our network. And that's the only thing we will be asking to our customers, to let us take care of their car. That's why every year, when the annual maintenance is performed at the official Renault network, the warranty will be automatically renewed for 1 more year, up to the 7th year. No questions asked, no money charged. But not only that, this program will increase the resale value of the car because the Renault Forever warranty is transferable if the car is sold, reassuring the new customer of the car. But on January 26th, we also announced something else. We announced the start of the pre-bookings, or as we call it in Renault, Airpass, with exclusive benefits, including access to a special introductory price. This program has been a massive success, and we have seen tens of thousands of customers leaving their interest on our website, and there are some fascinating learnings that I definitely want to share with you today. The first thing that we have analyzed is the engines that were demanded by our customers, and the results are appealing. When we look at the demand for petrol engines, more than 90% of the pre-bookings we have received are for the Turbo 160 engine, the high-performance engine in our range. This confirms the positioning of Duster as a driver's car and is totally consistent with the DNA of Duster, a car thought and designed for exploring, traveling, and sharing. But even more interesting, we have analyzed the demand for different regions of the country. And I can say today that in the main metro cities of India, the total demand for our hybrid engine represents almost 40% of the total demand of Duster. We really believe in this technology, and we are convinced that it will be the key in the future of the Indian market, as it brings together fuel efficiency, low emissions, and driving pleasure, especially in the city. Due to this overwhelming success, I'm announcing that with the already existing demand, we have already sold out all the production that we have planned for this year. And therefore, as of today, we are closing the AirPass pre-bookings for hybrid variants. We will announce soon the date for the reopening of the bookings that will take place a little bit before the start of deliveries in the valley. And I can also share with you that we are already working on increasing the capacity of hybrid at our plant in Chennai. Hybrid is not only the future, it is clearly already the present. But there are more things that we have learned thanks to our AirPass program. We have analyzed the customer profiles, and we were also pleasantly surprised to see that there is a very strong demand. More than 30% of the total coming from young customers, less than 32-year-olds. These are young professionals living in big metros, with often a good salary, but who have no savings for a big down payment. These are customers who at this moment of their lives have no children, no charges, and are willing to explore the world, to travel with friends, to take the parents out of the city. Customers who feel that Duster is just the perfect fit for them. Customers for whom we have the perfect answer, because not all the customers are the same or have the same needs. And this answer is called subscription. I'm really proud to announce that we are introducing a new flexible subscription program that will allow all these customers for a fixed monthly payment, all-inclusive, no down payment, no surprises, to drive the Duster. And since life at this age can change very fast, our subscription program will give the choice to our customers to keep the car in ownership after a few years, if that's what they want, or to turn it back, if, for example, they are going to live abroad, or even to change it for another model, maybe a 7-seater, if suddenly they have different family needs. This program will be ready from April 1st. And finally, the last learning that we got from the AirPass program, a learning that, to be very honest with you, was not a surprise, is that everybody, 100% of the people, is waiting for the price. Everybody, and hopefully also you, that's why you are here today. So let me share with you some more details about the Duster range. The new Duster will be available in 5 grades: Authentic, Evolution, Techno, Techno Plus, and Iconic. Each trim has been carefully crafted with a clear purpose to address specific needs, appeal to different customer profiles, and yet keep the lineup very easy to understand. Now, as I said at the beginning, our mission is to democratize the Turbo 160 engine, to make real power and performance accessible to more Indian customers. And to deliver on the promise, the Turbo 160 will be available on every trim except the Authentic. And it will come with both manual and wet clutch DCT options. In total, 8 out of 11 Duster variants are powered by the high-performance Turbo TC 160. This is exactly what we meant when we said we want to bring gym performance from the brochure to the road. And now is the moment all of us have been waiting for, the starting price. As promised, we will have a preferential pricing structure for our AirPass pre-booking holders as a gesture of gratitude. With that in mind, I am delighted to announce that the new Renault Duster range will start at 10.49 lakhs with the corresponding AirPass price of 10.29 lakhs. And for anyone who still wants to secure this special price, the AirPass pre-bookings will remain open until midnight, March 31st. Please make sure you hurry up. And now, let's look at the complete price list. Here I'm showing both the standard list price and the exclusive AirPass prices for each of the trims. Now, I will leave you for a few seconds to digest. and to clean these tables that I'm sure you'll find very, very interesting. But before we finish, let me share something with you to make it easier to understand what our price strategy is. Now, when we look at the cars that are actually sold in this segment today, the average ticket price is somewhere between 14 and 15 lakhs. That's what people are paying for the cars today. So please let me show you what you can get in the market for this price. For 14.19 lakhs with their pass, we can get a new Renault Duster Turbo 160, very well equipped. At the same time, the main three competitors in the segment come with prices that are quite close, and they have quite similar features, which are must-haves at this level of equipment. LED lighting, sunroof, big screens. Even if we are actually the only ones with a powered tailgate at this level, but of course with the Duster having the biggest boot capacity in the segment, we really felt it was a nice touch to bring. So overall, when you look at this table, there are not so many differences between Duster and the main competitors, at least on the price and the features, until you get to the last slide. Until we talk about driving, and until we talk about engines. Where all competitors are selling cars with less than 150 PS and low torque, Renault Duster offers the best engine in the segment. Our turbo TC engine with 160 PS and 280 Newton meters. And trust me, when customers will drive this car, they will feel the difference. And they will keep feeling it every minute of every day for all the years they will drive this car. Because in Renault, we say what we do, and we do what we say. And we put our money where we put our words. And what a better way of feeling the difference than driving this beautiful car and sharing the experience. That's why, as we announced, we are reactivating our gang of Dusters community. Soon, after the start of deliveries, the first set of experiential drives will begin. The charter will include micro drives and community meetups, weekend drives, regional drives, and annual iconic drives. And now, I would like to invite all of you here to join us on the first stage of Gang of Dusters, our journalist test drives, that will be starting today, going from Dehradun to Rishikesh to New Delhi. I can't wait for all of you to drive our Duster and to experience all the love and the passion that we have put into it. Once again, thanks a lot for joining us today. Thank you so much for your attention. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you.
May I request you all for the photo op of Francisco with the car, and I request Francisco to please move closer to the car. I request you all for the photo op of Francisco with the car. And thank you once again, all of you, for joining us and making this event more